Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Christina with Beyond Makeup is Bea. I'm here today to not only introduce myself to everybody, but to make a video about becoming a MAC artist or being a MAC artist or how to get a job with the company. Um, I recently got a job as being a MAC artist at a MAC store, but when I was doing my research to try to get some information about what to be prepared for or the process, because I was nervous and I just wanted to know more. I tried to Google some things. I tried to get on YouTube, and I couldn't really find much information. And if I did, it was like a video or two, and it didn't really tell me what I wanted to know. So I made a vow to myself that if I got the job, which I did, that I would make a video for everybody else out there who's aspiring to be a makeup artist, who is a makeup artist, but is going to apply for MAC. So here's how it starts. When to get the position, what I did was I wasn't even really looking at the time. I have been a freelance artist for a few years, and of course, but I always loved MAC. So I happened to be looking for some jobs, and I actually went to Craigslist, and right now is the perfect time to find all these retail cosmetic jobs because they're hiring right now. It's the summertime. Okay, so I started on Craigslist, so you can start there under the retail section, and I just saw it. They were having a career call. You forward your resume, and if they like your credentials, they'll send you an email saying, hey, we invite you to our career call. Now, during that career call, there's going to be a lot of other people there. At the same time, it's like a group thing. It's like you're in, you do a face-to-face, they like you enough, and you bring a model, they'll tell you to bring a model to do a makeup application. Once you do your makeup application, they give you a card and they say, okay, we'll call you back. So basically that's what happened. I had a friend and I said, hey, come with me to be my makeup model. So did the face to face. They said, okay, let's have you do a makeup application. So I did a makeup application, and then they said, okay, we'll get back to you. She told me, I mean, when I researched it, I researched that they make you do all kinds of stuff. So, but what they had me do was, she said, this is your customer, and she's coming in saying that she's getting married, and she wants to do a trial of a wedding look. I don't, I didn't practice for that. I practiced for everything but a wedding look. I did day to night, I did dramatic, I did not dramatic, I did office. I didn't do a wedding. So I didn't practice a wedding, I should say. But this is what I do. So of course I was nervous, but what I did was just we played a role back and forth. I pretended like I did not know her and just talked to her like I would a customer. Hey, how you doing? So it's a summer wedding? Oh, okay. What day are you getting married? Oh, all right. Well, are you going for a dramatic look, an old-fashioned look? Are you going for, more casual, comfortable? Do you wear makeup a lot? Things like that. I just asked her questions as I did her makeup. I just did. I'll actually probably put a picture of the makeup that I did. And actually, I got her foundation color all wrong. Okay, like it was way lighter, at least a shade lighter than she was. But I was nervous and I was trying to hurry up because I felt like I was being timed, even though they told me I wasn't. So I didn't really do that. So that would just say, take your time, make sure that if you're bringing your model that day to know what color they wear, I would suggest just take them into Macy's or Nordstrom's and have them get their makeup done. Watch how the artist does their makeup, how they interact with them, how they clean their station. They're gonna watch for how hygienic you are. So as soon as you start, before you do anything, wash your hands, or use hand sanitizer because they're going to be looking at, hey, how clean is she? Does she wipe up her station? Is she using applicators? Never put the real applicators on them. I actually almost did that, and I was like, oh crap, let me not do that. I was like this close. So remember, applicators. And it's hard because when I'm at home, I don't have to do that. But when you're at work, it's different. So, after that, 2 weeks go by. I didn't hear anything, and when I got there, I was like, oh crap, some of these people have their stuff together. Like, I'm like, I knew I had mine together, but when you look at everybody else and you're like, oh shoot, they got their stuff together too, and oh, she brought a portfolio and I didn't bring mine, and she brought a resume, and oops, I forgot to print out my resume. So things happen. You can't remember everything. And I'm proof of that. I didn't bring a portfolio. They asked to bring your resume, and I didn't bring my resume because I forgot. I was so nervous, and I just wanted to make sure everything else was perfect. But yeah, my nerves. But I still got the job. So there was at least 300 girls. Maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but the day that I went, there was at least 100 people, easy, and we were in different shifts. So okay, let's fast forward. 2 weeks go by, I didn't hear anything. I sent an email to the lady that who's in charge of it, and I just said, hey, I'm checking up. I haven't heard anything. Let me know, if there's anything I can do to further the process, or if there's been a decision. So she emails me back. She says, hey, in a week you should expect back a contact from our regional manager. So a week goes by. The day that I'm supposed to get a call back, it's like 5:30ish. I'm like, okay, nobody's gonna call me today. It's been a week. I'm gonna send an email. Soon as I send the email, I get a call from the M.A.C store. They're like, hey, we want you to come in for a second interview. I'm like, yay! And so I email her back and say, hey, never mind, forget it. Thank you for the opportunity. I did get a call. I go in for my second interview. My manager is so awesome, so laid back, and it just went so smooth. Asked me a few questions, and I was out the door. He said, you're definitely, what we're looking for. You'll hear from me in a couple of days. A couple of days go by, I didn't hear anything. Sometimes they get busy. It's okay to call them back. I called him. I said, hey, it's been a few days. It's past the day that you told me you were going to call me. What's up? Have you made a decision? I'm very, very interested. And he's like, actually, I think, I'm going to give you a call right back. It has to be approved, but I'm going to call you back. He calls me back about an hour later. And he says, hey, hope you're sitting down. You got the job. So I'm like, yay. So this is where we got. I got this employee manual. Then I got this code of conduct. Of course, you have to study. Then I got my store. And everybody knows that Estee Lauder owns M.A.C, right? So basically, I was really nervous. So what I did was just research as much as you can about the company. They're gonna ask you, what do you know about us? Do you know about our programs that that we have, or that we're, our back to M.A.C, and they want to know that you know about the company. Now, you don't have to know everything. It's impossible to know everything, but sell yourself. You are still in an interview, and if you really want it, you should be able to do that. Be nervous, because then I'd be lying as best you can. I mean, I was literally almost shaking because I was so nervous. But work through it. Try to be as professional as possible. Just remember, study, like it is a M.A.C every day. So their thing is, when you get the job, because you will get the job, right? You have to wear all black. Everything's black. You can't wear anything that's not their nail polish. You have to wear, of course, M.A.C makeup, primer, lip gloss, lipstick, eyeshadow, eyeliner, lip liner. If it's not MAC, you can't wear it. All black. So I definitely would say look like a makeup artist and dress the part. Wear black from head to toe. You would think that not everybody knew that, but when I went to that career call, I said to myself, I'm going to be one of a handful of people who know to wear black. Every single girl was in black from head to toe. So I could say, if you want to be funky and fresh and different to stand out from the crowd, do your makeup over the top. You like yellow eyeshadow? Do yellow eyeshadow. You like pink, blue, purple? Do all three of those for your eyes. But just make sure you're dressed professionally. Me, that day, I wore black slacks, a black ruffly t-shirt. It's kind of like this one, except this is a overshirt thing, but it was kind of like this. From here up, it was like this, and it was black, and I had a black sparkly vest. Vest. It was a black sparkly vest. So that's how I got my kind of spazzle or whatever you want to call it in there. I wore a sparkly vest, but it wasn't yellow sparkles or orange sparkles or gold sparkles or silver sparkles. It was black sparkles. It just stood out. And I looked professional. I still dressed as if I was going to a job interview, but I dressed professionally in a makeup style look with my makeup. Now my makeup for that day was kind of like this, except like right now I don't have on eyeshadow, but it was like browns and gold. I did like a brown on the outer corner and then like golds on the inner corner of my eye. And then for my model, I just did almost the same thing, except I did the whole bottom lid like a darkish brown color and the whole top of her lid goldish and blended it down. Because I'm like, going off of the little role we were acting, she said she didn't like, really crazy out there makeup and she wanted to be more classic for her wedding. That's the role we were playing. That's another thing, like with my model, I acted like I didn't know her. I acted like she really walked into my store and really was getting married and I just really just met her 2 seconds ago, even though I've known her forever. Act like you don't know them. That's what I would say. You don't have to. If you're not comfortable with role playing, don't. There was a lot of other people there who just were talking to their friend like it was normal. I guess to help ease off the edge of their nerves. But I don't, if that works for you, that way I could sell myself even more by showing them, hey, I know how to sell these products. I know how to talk to the customer while I'm doing what I'm doing and make them feel comfortable with me touching their face, basically, is what I was trying to come over. I bought their station, all that. On the career call email that they were hiring for a few different positions. And some were the freelance positions. And I knew going in, I did not want to be a freelance artist, but there's nothing wrong. I'd rather be in there than not in there at all. So if you are a freelance artist, I don't really know much about that. I just know what I researched. I hear they're on call and things like that, but I hear they get paid pretty competitively. M.A.C makeup artists, they ask us not to disclose how much they pay us, and I can understand why. So I'm not going to do that. But they do pay competitively, and if you're full time, they have benefits and 401k, and they do reimburse you for schooling and all that. So it is a real great company to work for. All the basic interview questions: why do you want to work here? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Just think about that. Where do you see yourself with M.A.C in 5 years? They may ask you that. Or, name 3 products that you like a lot that's M.A.C, or that you use often, or that So just think about things that they might ask for regular. They basically ask regular interview questions. So just go with that. Just run those over a few times. Make sure you wear all black. Make sure you're very hygienic. And if you do get, so if you have any questions or comments, be sure to let me know. Inbox me, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff.